Take a tour of New Jersey. Order a dish from an old school classic diner. Or visit a store that will take you back in time. And get a look at art you'll only see on the street. This is Destination New Jersey.
Hello and welcome to Destination New Jersey. I'm Vanessa Freeman. Today we're taking a tour of the Garden State, making stops in places you may not know are worth a visit. And it's not just for the sights, but the people as well. Our trip begins in Jersey City, where art is everywhere, and you don't need to go to a museum. Just go out and walk around. Greg Mocker checks it out.
One of the best things about being around here in New Jersey is going for a walk to discover and explore something new. The phone helps find a new place to eat or something to see, which brings us to Jersey City. Let the phone be your guide on a tour from the screen to the side of a building. It's an art adventure outside, all around New Jersey's second largest city.
It's beautiful. I like it. It makes the city, makes everything pop.
You can walk the pedestrian areas close to public transit around the PATH train at Grove Street, or go for a drive and tour some of the other murals located in neighborhoods. An interactive map shows the hundreds of murals created during the past decade and their locations around Jersey City. John Sebas worked for the project for years.
I'm seeing blocks that I grew up on that once were dangerous, once were dark. Now they're getting bright up with colors and they're getting relayed differently. There's different people coming by, different businesses.
Local businesses welcome the foot traffic and potential customers.
People need to come to Jersey City and really see what's going on here. It's a great area.
And then you can get a haircut.
And you come to Balkan Barbershop, get the best haircut of your life.
You could change the feel of the neighborhood by, leveraging and using artwork.
Jersey City Mayor Steve Fulop helped create the mural program when he first took office in 2013. Currently, more than 200 works of art to see, predominantly displayed for free.
It's been a great way to engage the community and the arts community, not only in Jersey City, but really around the world. We've had half of the artists that have done the murals here from Jersey City, and half of them some of the most prominent ones in the world.
The Wave is at the corner of Newark Avenue and Columbus Drive. It was done in 2014 by world-famous street artist Shepard Fairey. Artists are looking forward to the next round and chance to create on the canvas that is Jersey City.
It brings everything to the neighborhood. The art is the first thing you bring to a neighborhood, and then all the people come and surround the art.
After all that walking around, it is nice to have a seat and relax. The art still can appear anywhere, even in the street. In Jersey City, I'm Greg Mocker.
Next up, tucked away in the farmlands of Ocean County is one of New Jersey's most unique wineries. The pours aren't the only thing that draw visitors from New York, Philly, and the Jersey Shore. Jim Vassell takes us to Loretta Winery.
Take a breath and take in the sights, sounds, and sips of this small town in Ocean County.
It's just a very family-oriented place.
First uncorked 15 years ago by founders Randy Johnson and Ray Shea, Loretta Winery in New Egypt was a dairy farm that turned into one of New Jersey's largest wineries.
They named Loretta after Randy and Ray's mothers. Randy's mother was Laura, and Ray's mother was Rita. And one night at dinner, they sat and wrote both of their names on a napkin, and Loretta was born.
Well within driving distance from New York, Philadelphia, and the shore, Loretta spans more than 300 acres, the vines taking up about a third of that. Everything grown here is poured here. All varieties of reds, whites, and rosés, along with what they call legendary sangria.
A lot of people will say, sangria, I've had sangria. This is so different and so unique. It actually contains elderberry and lime, so it cuts the sweetness of your normal sangria a lot.
And believe it or not, this is wine too. Their dairy-based chocolate peanut butter therapy is a popular choice.
It is a Dutch cocoa, Wisconsin dairy, and a red wine, and it is just so unique. You cannot get it anywhere else.
This time of year, food trucks take over the dirt roads of the vineyard, and Loretta welcomes the whole family.
Most of our food truck events are free for 21 and under because we know that families would like to bring their children with them. So it's a neat kind of place.
The wine, the food trucks, the live music and events, it's all part of the experience here. And I mean part. On the other side of this vineyard, there's a lot more to discover. If you love Loretta that much, you can spend the night. Just down the road is the Inn at Loretta, a 10-bedroom farmhouse bed and breakfast. And right next door, a horse farm, Rain Dancer at Loretta, a nonprofit therapeutic horseback riding center.
Everything about Loretta and the Inn and the Equestrian Center, it's a place of peace. So you will find days that are loud here if we have a food truck, or you will find days where you can just meander through the acreage and you will see horses riding through. People take little horse rides through, and it's just a beautiful place of peace. And there's a lot of good things and a lot of good people.
For Destination New Jersey, I'm Jim Vassell.
You can't think New Jersey without a good old-fashioned diner coming to mind.
What differentiates us from maybe some other diners or from what other people would expect is that you can come here and have a really great dinner as well.
Check out Olga's Diner next. No trip to New Jersey is complete without a stop at a diner. Olga's Diner in Marlton has been around for decades. It's a modern twist on the Jersey classic that's become a South Jersey staple. Take a look.
So Olga's Diner is your traditional diner, family-style restaurant. Exactly what you would expect from a diner, I think, with a little more of a modern flair. So Olga's has been a staple in Marlton for as many years as I can remember. I grew up in North Jersey, and I remember hearing about Olga's Diner and, you know, how it was just a staple down in this area. The huge bakery, the cakes they used to make for the presidents, you know, and then I think, you know, some things happened when they were building the Circle. The diner went down a little bit, you know, with all that construction, and, you know, the township lost, you know, one of its most iconic places. And for us, it was really neat to be able to reconstruct that and to bring that back to this community. So through and through, you know, all the owners, you know, we have a lot of Greek heritage. We've been born and bred in the diner business, so it's, you know, we spent our whole lives in this business, and Olga's is just such an iconic name and such an iconic diner in South Jersey, and it just didn't seem right not to have it around anymore. So with the blessing of the former owners, we thought it would be really great to bring that back to the community. You know, we're famous for, you know, traditional diner dishes. So you have, you know, obviously we're going to be busy for breakfast, and everybody's going to come here for the eggs and the omelets and the French toast, house-made French toast. But I think what differentiates us from maybe some other diners or from what other people would expect is that you can come here and have a really great dinner as well. We buy fresh seafood. We're making crab cakes every day, seem to be really popular. Chef Mike makes a great meatloaf. So you have your traditional diner menus as well, with the chicken croquettes, the meatloaf, things that everybody would expect, roast turkey dinners.
Lots more still to come next. We take you to the Ironbound district of Newark, New Jersey, where mom and pop shops still thrive. Plus,
I was always looking for home, and this is home. It's always felt like home.
see the arts, antiques, and charm inside the small town of Lambertville. Plus, one step inside this South Jersey store feels like a trip back in time. Welcome back to Destination New Jersey. So we took a visit to one of the most popular neighborhoods in Newark, the Garden State's largest city, Newark, specifically the Ironbound district. This district may be steeped in history, but it's poised to usher in a new era of shopping, dining, and entertaining options from across the globe. VIX 11's Jay Dow has the story.
In its name, the Ironbound section of Newark harkens back to a time when trains ruled the land in a neighborhood surrounded by the rails.
That's a nice one.
Before big box stores took over commerce,
real good.
And when a familiar name and friendly face made for a good day. It turns out, in that sense,
this is Newark.
Not much has changed in the Ironbound.
Finest Portuguese food this side of the tri-state area.
One of Newark's and New Jersey's most eclectic and vibrant neighborhoods, historically known for its strong connection to Portuguese culture.
Meats of stuff like that. We got the olive oil from Portugal. We got the chestnuts from Portugal. We got wine from Portugal. I mean, you name it.
It's also home.
This is my life here.
To people like Manny Lopez, a.k.a. the mayor of Ironbound, who moved here from his native Portugal when he was 16 years old.
50 years and the same spot between Jefferson and Congress. So you figure just cross the street.
Oh, you went a long way.
That's it.
In addition to being the founder and current president of the Ironbound Business Improvement District, Manny still runs his local hardware store, where he sells everything from ordinary tools
Time for chestnuts. This is the season now.
to specialty items made in his native country. His store, a snapshot of what makes the Ironbound.
We work hard to keep the neighborhood nice, clean, safety for us and for the people who comes to us.
This neighborhood is so unique for North New Jersey.
Why?
The variety of shops, restaurants, individual mom and pop stores. When I came here as a kid in 1970s, it was Italians, and it changed to Portuguese. Now we have, I sell the keychains, so we have Colombia, Ecuador.
This is Ferry Street, and it's not just the main thoroughfare that runs through the Ironbound. It's the heart of this community and home to a growing list of businesses which cater to an increasingly diverse population. The Ironbound is going international.
And you can try all kind of food here: Portuguese, Brazilian, Spanish, Mediterranean, Mexican.
With businesses like Sihana Cafe, which opened up during the pandemic.
Sihana means the ideal place for everybody.
Sihana's Eastern European owners helping to bring a new vibe to this historic neighborhood.
Me and my business partner decided to create something different, something new in Ironbound. We came up with this idea to create a coffee shop with breakfast and lunch, and you can have as well early dinner. The neighborhood, they really appreciated what we did here.
It spotted my attention, and I was like, wow, what is this place?
The answer is in the aroma coming from just about any block in the Ironbound. A recipe for success.
Calling all millennials to Collingswood. Jump into a 20th century time capsule inside the store Time Lapse. The hidden gems and nostalgia are certainly worth the trip.
Time Lapse is basically the store I wanted to go to. It's vintage, it's vinyl, it's VHS, it's toys for all ages. It's just everything that I think will bring people happiness when they come in here. I just wanted to create a place where people could come in and just like leave the everyday behind and feel something special and unique, and hopefully access some happy memories and maybe just see something they've never seen before that thrills them. I got started going to flea markets, yard sales, estate sales, thrift stores. That's how, and that was my hobby before I even started this. My hope with the store is people would bring in the stuff that they wanted to get rid of and maybe trade it or sell it, and that's been happening. People have been bringing me some really good stuff, and that's exciting because it, they know it's going to a place where it's going to be appreciated and people are going to get some joy out of it. The heavy metal t-shirts are really cool. My friend Mark has been collecting them for over 20 years, and he put some of his collection in here, and we got some Black Sabbath from the 70s and a bunch of metal bands that you just don't see, and that's pretty cool and unique to have. Everything about this is enjoyable. From finding the stuff to cleaning, interacting with customers. Interacting with customers is the best part. And Collingswood has been absolutely amazing. The community here is incredible. People have really embraced the shop. People have said thank you for opening, which is just like the coolest thing people could say to me. I mean, it's a store, but it makes me realize, people get what I'm trying to do, which is to not just be a store, but be some place where you can come in and feel at home and feel really happy. And I think it's been integrated into the community such that people feel like a little bit of ownership. Like this is our store, this is our community, this serves our community and the community at large. So definitely interacting with people, interacting with Collingswood and the customers is the best part. But every element of running this place is amazing.
A charming city in Hunterdon County comes to life this time of the year with beautiful fall foliage. But those who know Lambertville will tell you it's a special place all year round. From art to antiques to history, there's a lot to discover in the town of just 4,000 people. Take a look around Lambertville.
It's just gorgeous.
When Lisa Shippey Woods prepared to move across the country, she discovered a small city tucked in the western reaches of New Jersey.
I was waiting to get used to it and have it be mundane, but it's never happened. Every day I get up, I go outside, and I love it.
She and her husband made the move from Portland, Oregon to Lambertville and never looked back.
I was a military kid, and we literally moved every year, and I was always looking for home, and this is home. It's always felt like home.
The city nestled in Hunterdon County has a special aura. As you meander down Bridge Street, passing by restaurants and coffee shops, you'll find out quickly why it's known to many as the antique capital of the Garden State.
Lambertville was always the place to buy antiques. It was like the best place to buy antiques. I have friends from New York, Chicago, they'd always come in and this would be the spot they would buy from.
The People's Store Antique Center has been in historic Lambertville for nearly 2 centuries. Jim Castelli used to peruse its shelves as a kid. Today, he runs it. His store is also home to several art studios you can visit.
Lambertville was always one of those places where artists, writers, musicians, poets, they all live here and work here.
It's a great people town. That's the other thing. There's only 4,000 of us.
Lou Tobis is the city historian and part of the Lambertville Historical Society. He says the city came out of its post-industrial depression and boomed into a tourist attraction.
We're close to New York. We're close to Philadelphia.
Founded long before the American Revolution, Lambertville served as a gateway city.
It was the crossing to get from New York City to Philadelphia, Old York Road.
The Lambertville New Hope Bridge connects New Jersey to Pennsylvania and offers more than just an incredible view. Walk out onto the bridge and look down the Delaware River toward the south. You'll see a little tower poking above the trees. That's Bowman's Tower, built about 100 years ago to commemorate what may have been a lookout spot for General George Washington's army.
It was really one of the highest points in the area. They could really see what was going on south Trenton.
A visit to the tower lies just over the bridge, where you can explore all that Bucks County has to offer too. And keep your walking shoes on for Lambertville historic tours, fun seasonal events, and the Delaware and Raritan Canal Trail, all running through the heart of downtown.
You could walk around and just enjoy the architecture of town. We have colonial buildings, Victorian buildings, more contemporary buildings. And we're just like 1.1 square mile, 4,000 of us. If you're here for a weekend, you'll meet half of us.
One last stop on our tour of the Garden State coming up. We end our trip with a shot of espresso. Stick around. One last stop before we go. How about some coffee? Jimmy Marlowe stopped by the Coupa Espresso Bar.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you.
First of all, tell me what it's like, having your own business, and why did you choose to open an espresso bar specifically?
Ever since I was a little girl, I was always around coffee. When we first got here with my family in 2010, I was looking to open something up just so we can just get together and talk and have an atmosphere of really communicating with each other. So I opened Coupa Espresso Bar.
Let's talk about this best in South Jersey spanakopita.
Okay, so the spanakopita is a traditional phyllo. It's feta cheese. It's made out of sheep feta. It's sheep's milk. And then you have your traditional spinach with your herbs inside, wrapped in the phyllo. That is imported straight from Greece now. Good?
Very good. It's very good. How does it feel having your own business where you built it and you created this, number one, to offer some variety for something that you hold very dearly culturally, but then also to, have people come in here and commune and literally, like these ladies behind us, are having a conversation and, really offering people a place to just feel at home, away from home.
Haddon Township just they opened their arms to us and really supported us. Without them, we wouldn't have made it. So we're very fortunate, and knock on wood, we're doing very well. There's people that come from King of Prussia just to have the Bulata. So, yeah.
We hope you enjoyed this journey around the Garden State. I'm Vanessa Freeman. See you in New Jersey.